You're looking spry, Grandmama, and autumny, and your, what color shirt is that?
It's a rust color.
It's a beautiful day
matches
today.
my apron.
Well, you look bright.
Thank you.
Now-
It's a pumpkin color, kind of.
Now, let me guess what this might be. Let's see, that's two
Guess
sweet
what
potatoes.
This might be. Y'all, when I do anything with sweet potatoes, basically like a sweet potato pie, sweet potato custard, sweet potato souffle, which is what we're doing today, I bake my sweet potatoes. I do not boil my sweet potatoes. When you bake them, it keeps all of that sweetness, all of that flavor, because you're baking them in the peeling. And so that's just the way I've always done it. I see people boiling theirs. I do not like to boil mine. Now, I see some people boil them in the peeling, and I guess that would keep it in, but I rather do mine in the oven, because I just put them in there. Now, the way I bake my sweet potatoes, I'll put them in my baker, and then I'll just rub oil all over them. Olive oil, vegetable, whatever kind of oil you want. I just rub it all over them to kind of soften that peeling a little bit. And and then I bake them. I bake these an hour, because these are big sweet potatoes. I don't know. I haven't found any really good sweet potatoes this year. And one of those I had to throw away, because I don't know. Sometimes sweet potatoes, they taste what I call woody. They almost taste like, it's a funny taste, and if I get one of those, I throw it away. And a lot of times they will be like a stringy on the inside. Now, this is 3 sweet potatoes, which is 3 cups. 1 sweet potato. One of these, because they're big, is like a cup. So this is 3 cups of sweet potatoes. Now, let me wash my hands, because I want to show you.
We can't take the carbs out of the sweet potato, but we can take the sugar out of the dish, can't we, girl?
Yes, this is going to be no sugar added, okay? And I showed y'all the other day my favorite cookbook, and it's from Mount Calvary Baptist Church, right up the road here, where I was raised and got married. One of my daughters got married, and I use this cookbook a lot. If you go through it, it's got grease on it, it's got food on it, it's got markings in it. Some of the recipes I revised to make them fit me. And so in this is a very simple, I don't know if you've ever made this. This sweet potato souffle has no spice in it. All it has is butter, sweetener, and vanilla flavoring, and eggs.
So this is simple.
This is very simple and delicious, delicious. Now remember, no sugar added. Now, if you want to make a traditional sweet potato souffle, I'm going to be putting a 1/2 cup of my Splenda, let me show it to you. My Splenda brown, I showed it the other day, and I put a link in my description box, and I'll put another one. I love this. It's like a dark brown. And as you can see, it looks like brown sugar.
Yep.
And it's Splenda and stevia. That's what this blend is. I love it. So I'll have a link in my description box. That's what we're using, a 1/2 cup of that. We're using a 1/4 cup of stevia or allulose, whichever one, and a 1/4 cup of my Vermont no sugar added syrup and vanilla flavoring. Now this is my sweetener right here. The syrup, the allulose or stevia, and the brown sugar, the brown blend. That's going to be my sweetener. If you want to use sugar, you can either use white sugar, you can use half white sugar, half brown sugar, but that's just up to you. All right, this is 1/2 cup of butter, which is 1 stick. All right, I'm going to put 2 eggs, and I'm going to beat mine with the mixer because when you do that, your mixer, if there are any strings in it, and if all of y'all that eat sweet potatoes a lot know what I'm talking about when I say strings. If there are any strings in it, they'll get caught on my mixer beaters, and then I can take them out. Okay, all right, that's 1/2 cup of my brown Splenda stevia blend. That is 1/4 cup of either allulose or stevia, whichever one you want to use. 1/4 cup of my maple. Now I'm going to put a whole tablespoon of vanilla. Now if you like lemon, you can use half a lemon, half. This is a 1/2 tablespoon. I'm gonna put a whole tablespoon. So I put 2 of those. All right, let me look at my recipe. I think that's it. 3 cups of, I have kind of combined 2 recipes here because the one I'm looking at that I circled that I really liked didn't even have sugar in it, and it was just an oversight, I'm sure. 3 cups of sweet potatoes, 2 eggs, 1 stick or 1/2 cup of butter, vanilla, and that's it. Some of them have coconut in it. My family doesn't like, some of my family doesn't like coconut. So, all right, I'm gonna mix this. I'm not gonna turn it on high because I don't want this flying all over me.
And I don't want to clean up the kitchen.
Oh no, So, when I get all this mixed in, then I will turn it up some. I like this little mixer because it's not real loud. Even when I turn it up on high, it's a rechargeable one, and I'll have a link to it in my description box. It's not as powerful as an electric one is, but it works for me. All right, I've got it on 2 now. And that now it's on 5.
That's plenty of power for small stuff.
Oh yeah. And if I needed more power, I'd get out my stand mixer. Okay. Now, if you want to put cinnamon or something in yours, you can, but we like it just like this. I'm gonna taste of it, make sure it's sweet enough.
Well, this moves right along if you've got the potatoes baked, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it doesn't take any time, and this freezes well. You can make it up, put it in a casserole dish or an aluminum foil pan, put it in your freezer, and then Thanksgiving, take it out the day before, cook it the morning of. I would not cook it before I put it in my freezer though, because you want it to taste fresh. So, or that's good. I'm gonna beat it a little bit more. It's not as smooth as I want it. I don't think it's quite as sweet as I want it. I think this is a little bit more than 3 cups.
Well, you definitely want a taste of this mix, though,
Yeah.
and get it as sweet or seasoned as you want, don't you?
All right, but I tell you what I think I'm gonna do. I've got some more of my brown out here. I'm going to just add a couple of tablespoons. So that would be 1/2 cup and 2 tablespoons of my brown. All of this will be in the description box. Now, your natural sweeteners are not going to be as sweet as your sugar is. I don't care how much you put in here. You can't get it as sweet as sugar tastes. So, but all of you out there that that use it all the time already know that. So you're not looking for that sugar taste. If you want it to be sweeter, you can do sugar less, which means you put in you only put in like a third or a fourth of the sugar. And so that's just up to you. You know how you know how you eat, so you can put half sugar, half sweetener. That's totally up to you. But most of you out there that are on low carb, you're not looking for that real sweet flavor anyway.
In fact, we've already gotten to the point where we just really don't like something that's really, really sweet.
No.
Because we've been low carb so long.
Wow, that is delicious. Now, this did not have, these sweet potatoes, look at there, see?
No strings.
There's a very, very few.
Few strings.
No, if there's strings in it, your whole beaters will be covered in strings, believe me. Okay, I have got a casserole dish behind me. Ooh, that's good, man. That is delicious. All right. I've got some butter in it, but my butter has gotten cold. So I'm just going to rub it around like this. Okay. Wipe my hands. Get my spatula. Now this is I use this casserole dish a lot.
You do.
And I'm going to give you the measurements on it. This is 8. It is, because you measure the inside. You don't measure the from the outside. So that's 10.5. That's 8 by 10 is what that is. And it's
At its widest points.
Yeah. It's Pioneer Woman. I love it.
Rose just happens to favor Pioneer Woman
I do.
colors. And
I do.
she also loves her recipes.
Yeah, I do. I take her recipes and just make them her traditional recipes sometimes, and just make them less sugar, no sugar, low carb. And you can do that with anybody's recipe. All right. I want to show y'all what I found this morning. Roy did PT. And when he has physical therapy, I drop him off, and then I run errands, or I just go look around, just kill time, because he's there an hour. And so I had been looking. My daughter has she has a 2-cup measuring cup, and I had been looking for one. And y'all, I want you to look at this. This is Pioneer Woman. This is a 2-cup, 1.5 cups, 1 cup, 3/4 cup, 1/2 cup, 1/3 cup, and 1/4 cup. I love it. I had been looking, because when I'm trying to do a video and I have 1.5 cups of something, I have to get 2 cups out. So here, I don't have to do that.
You just bought that at Walmart this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just at Walmart. Yeah. All right. Now, I have got to get all my ingredients out for my topping. And so I'm going to get the table cleaned off, get my ingredients out for my topping. Now,
It's sugar-free and gluten-free, isn't it?
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Okay. All right. Give me a minute. Let me get all this off the table, get my other ingredients, and we'll be back.
Okay, Grandmama.
All right, y'all. This calls for flour, sugar, butter, and pecans. Well, for my flour, I'm using half almond flour. This is a whole cup. Half almond flour, half coconut flour, and I've got a teaspoon of baking powder on top. For my sugar, I am using, for my brown sugar, I am using my brown Splenda stevia blend. I've got my butter, a 1/3 cup of butter, and it may not take all of it, because your almond flour and coconut flour doesn't absorb like your wheat flour does. And we have 1 cup of my pecan pantry pecans, and I'll have the link to these in the description box. This is They're made, grown, and processed in the United States, in Louisiana. It's a family-owned business. They've been in business for 80 years, 3 generations. It's a family-owned business, and let me tell you, these pecans are wonderful, wonderful. They're just like you, and y'all have heard me talk about them before. So I'll have a link in my description box as to how you can order these, and if you use, I'll have a code. It'll be Rose 5, and if you use that code, you get 5% off when you order. So, all right, now these are halves. I have used this one says pieces. Well, I have used a whole bag in just a few days, so I'm having to use some halves, but I'm gonna chop these. I'm using my little chopper here. I'll have this in the description box also. All right. It calls for a whole cup of pecans, so this was a cup. All right. I don't want to overfill it because I do that too many times, and the pecans, the blades get caught up on the pecans. So now this is a rechargeable. This is rechargeable, so I'll have the link in the description box. All right, that's all I'm gonna put in right now. That was about 3/4 of a cup, and I may put the rest of them. All right, in goes my coconut flour, my almond flour, and my baking powder. I'll stir that up. Now, for a cup of brown sugar, well, I am going to put my brown stevia Splenda blend. Okay, and you kind of pack it like you do brown sugar. I'm gonna put a whole cup. This is a 1/2 cup right here. Measure. Okay, a little bit more. All right, that's 1 cup. Now, this is a 1/3 cup of butter. I don't know if I'm gonna need it all because I just want to get this wet. But the coconut flour absorbs butter, absorbs any liquid. I'm gonna go ahead and put it off. Better than almond flour does. That's the reason I mix my coconut flour and my almond flour. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is gonna be perfect, y'all. Y'all know I got to get my hands. Oh, y'all, when I did, what did I do the other day? Oh, my sausage balls, where I used my hands. One of my subscribers said, my grandma used to do that, said and when she started putting her hands in it, she said, this is when I put the love in it. So that's what I'm doing, y'all. I'm putting the love in the topping for my sweet potato souffle.
All mothers and grandmothers know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes.
When doing Thanksgiving for the family, it's just...
Oh, yeah. All right, now I'm just... Whoa, this looks just exactly like if you were using wheat flour. Look at that. And regular brown sugar. Man, I'm excited about this one. I get excited about food, y'all.
But especially Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yes, Thanksgiving is my favorite time of the year. I just love it.
You probably wouldn't have to use that much crust, would you, as much as you got there?
No, I'm not going to put the rest of it. All right, this is going in a 350-degree oven for about 35 or 40 minutes. And if my crust starts getting too brown, I'll just put an aluminum foil tint over it. I'll just take some aluminum foil, make a little tint, and put over it. But Roy and I like ours really brown anyway. So, all right, we'll be back as soon as this gets ready. Oh, it's hot. Y'all look at there.
Ooh, that's
Move
beautiful.
your fingers. Yeah, okay. All right. Woo, that's hot. Look. Wow. Now, y'all,
That's beautiful.
look at there. Okay. No sugar added.
That's gorgeous.
Sweet potato souffle. Now we are about to taste of it for you. Okay. Wow.
Look, I am a connoisseur taster
It's
of
hot.
sweet
Woo,
potato
it's hot.
pies and sweet potato souffle.
It is so hot, y'all.
Why are you always trying to burn me with hot food?
Mm. You're the one that puts it in your mouth, not me. Y'all look at that steaming. Can you see that? All right, honey.
You be so bad.
I know. No sugar added here. Oh my goodness.
You like that?
I'm telling you, that tastes like it's got sugar in it. That is delicious. That is delicious.
That's Thanksgiving table ready.
That is so good. And the almond flour, coconut flour crust, you like it?
It's good, yeah. Yeah, it's good.
It's really good. Y'all make some of this for Thanksgiving. Wow. I love it. But now, after it cooks about 20 or 25 minutes, put a tent over it, or your almond flour and coconut flour gets a little bit too brown. So put a tent over it. That's what I did. Keep it from
I love
being
this
brown.
with greens. Turnip greens, collard greens, mixed greens.
All right,
I
y'all.
love potato souffle and greens. Woo.
Food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. Make you some sugar-free or no sugar added sweet potato casserole. So good.
It's holiday time.